kind of a different part of my teenage years.
What's up, Internet? Cory Zamier here, collecting with Cory. We're back with Thrifting in Connecticut. And I've got some splaining to do. Alright guys, so as you might have seen in last week's video, I did have to replace my laptop. Got a new laptop. Problem is, I had already copied over a lot of my thrifting footage from this very video onto my old one, which is dead. D-E-D. Dead. Does not work. I don't even want to get into it. I don't want to get into it. It's dead. It was cracked. The thing did not survive unless it was plugged in. It was time to replace it. It's just unfortunate that I didn't have the forethought to... Well, I couldn't imagine it was just going to die like that on me. I don't know. Anyways, I don't believe, and by I don't believe, I know I don't have thrifting footage for the vast majority of the shit in this video. So, I'm just going to hop right into it. This first one, I obviously haven't taken it out of the packaging. This is from about a month ago, I think. Picked up this Duke Nukem Forever action figure, still sealed, for less than $5 at my local Savers. And I say less than $5 because for some reason I remember they gave me a senior discount. I mean, I got one gray beard hair growing in, so maybe like I'm over the hill now. I don't know how that works. Unfortunately, it's not in pristine condition. It's a little bashed in there, but I'm gonna see what I can do with it. I'm gonna be reselling it on eBay. In good condition, they go for about $25, so this one's still sealed. It's that very thick, very sturdy, you know, plastic packaging that's not just gonna rip open at a whim. So it's, you know, it's durable. You never know. This was a weird thrifting week. I didn't really find much in the way of games. I did pick this up at another Savers. This is, I don't know what this is. This is just kind of cool, so let's open it. I don't know what this is made out of. I just know it was $3 and it has something to do with Spider-Man. It's this plastic, resin. I don't know what it's made out of. I don't know what it's from. But I just thought it was really cool. It's a little Spider-Man statue kind of thing. Only $3 at the Goodwill. It says it's Marvel Universe Live. It does not have any dates on it that I can see. But I just thought it was really cool. Find a nice place for it in my game room somewhere. Honestly, I don't really know where because I don't have many flat surfaces that don't have something already on them, but I didn't want to leave it behind. It was $3. I didn't know what it was. It's Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man. Picked it up. It also came with a little McDonald's toy or Burger King toy for Spider-Man, so I don't know what it does. It spins and then does nothing. Cool. Next find was from my usual Goodwill. Blue was half off, so I picked up this disc-only Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. I figured for 50 cents, fuck it. It's not in bad shape. Sell it at my tag sale eventually for $2 or less. I'm knocking stuff over. And I decided to pick this up because looking into reselling more than just video games, really don't like my day job, I'll be honest with you. If you've been paying attention to my vlogs, you know I don't. And kind of considering branching out into doing other things, maybe not having a day job, hopefully. Don't tell my wife, though. I don't think she heard me. Good. We have here a sealed Pez, Presidents of the United States. Volume 8. We got Richard Nixon, Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan, and Gerald Ford. I am not a history buff. I had to read those names. Oh, I could have read it a lot easier on the back. I'm an idiot also. Paid $5 for it. Goes for about 15 to 20. I don't know why Pez people collect Pez stuff. I really don't get it. Even when I was a kid, like, it was kind of cool, but I was more interested in the candy, to be honest. Fat kid speaking, I guess. Next up, a plethora of dance games for very cheap. I don't remember why I picked these up. I'm assuming they had some sort of value. I don't know if it was from GameStop or just for reselling for more than $1. So we got Dance Central 3 for the Xbox 360 Connect. Might as well open it up, make sure it's in there, you know. It's only 99 cents. And when that's all they have, you kind of just pick it up. Good condition, probably never used. Who knows? And then we got Just Dance 2015, also for the Xbox 360 with the Kinect. And this is sealed? Did I not know it was sealed? Oh, so it's partially sealed. This is, I would say, 92% sealed. Like, it's cracked right there. It's ripped up a little bit. So, who knows what value this is in that condition. And then from our other savers, for $4, we have a sealed Just Dance 2016 for the Xbox One. Probably goes for about $10. I don't remember it. It's been a while since I picked these up, to be honest. And a game for the collection, most likely. I don't know if they released Worms 4 Mayhem on any other systems, maybe the PS2, but it was only $2 and in good shape. So I decided to pick it up because I was a huge fan of Worms Armageddon on the PS1. One of my first, if not my very first, Let's Play something was actually on Worms Armageddon way back in the day. Way back in the day. A couple more things to show you. I saw this from across the way here, and it was one of those things where I'm just like, I'm walking, moving a little bit faster, and I was running right at the end. I was just like, yes! It's not Tiger Electronics, but it's similar. Empire Strikes Back, 1995. This one had me running for $4. It's not a Tiger Electronic, but it is a Micro Games of America Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back handheld. It needs batteries. Looks like it's kind of in the same vein as a Tiger Electronic, where you're pretty much playing one screen. And I'm assuming once you boot it up, the entire screen shows you everything that could possibly happen, just like all the Tiger Electronics used to. Has no batteries in it, but when you're in such a drought for Tiger Electronics, like, given I did get some last week, as you saw in the video, but you really ache for it, and you kind of get back to that electronics section, you get back to that games and learning section, and you're just like, you think it's going to be there, and then it never is. So very nice to see this. And honestly, anything under $5 for a Tiger Electronics, as long as it has like the battery cover and I don't have it, I'm probably picking it up, even if it's not worth it, to be honest with you. Last two items, actually I don't even know which one to show last. I guess I'll show these before the last item, obviously. So, a little story to go with these. I might actually have some clips for it, so I'll show them here. Alright guys, we're currently in the middle of taking one of the biggest thrifting L's in the history of this thrift store, at the very least. Hopefully getting out of it with just Ninja Gaiden 2, Nintendo Power Strategy Guide. Kid back there, I just got here. He has a whole bunch of Nintendo powers in his hand. He's currently looking them up, so I don't think he knows what he has. Hoping he just like leaves them somewhere. But Nintendo Power 1's in there. So, depending on whether or not I had clips, or if I just made this video really awkward, there was a kid in the Goodwill, and I say a kid because he might have been 20 at the oldest, the very oldest, or at the Savers actually. I decided to go there after work, something I rarely do because I'm usually lazy after work. I decided, you know, fuck it, let me run to the Savers, see what's going on. I get to the video game section, and I see this kid out of the corner of my eye with a stack of Nintendo Powers. And not just any Nintendo Powers. Old-ass Nintendo Powers. Nintendo Power 1. Or the last issue. You know, my eyes are getting old. I'm pretty sure, based on how old these other ones are, it must have been Nintendo Power 1, but I do know that the last issue of Nintendo Power had a very similar cover, and it was very far away. But I'm assuming it was the first one. I grabbed one item off the shelf because I think he missed it. He didn't know what it was. We got the strategy guide from Nintendo Power for Ninja Gaiden 2. Unfortunately, it is missing the spine. It kind of wore off, which is unfortunate, but very cool to have. They only charged 99 cents for these, so it was pretty cool. Ran to the bathroom, ran to the action figures, regrouped, gathered myself, went back to see if he was stupid enough to have left anything behind. And, well, I can't say stupid enough. Like, he's a kid. Kid that fucking got my Nintendo Power 1. Motherfucker. But he forgot these. He forgot these. So, we got 5 more issues of Nintendo Power back from the NES age. We got one with Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers on there. Actually, let me slow this down a bit, because he's got some cool posters in there. I don't want to skimp on the posters. I really like... That's like the first thing I do when I find the Nintendo Power. I check to see if the poster's in there and what it is, because that's always one of the most interesting things to me. And this one had Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse. How awesome is that? That's pretty fucking awesome. And these are all in pretty nice shape, as opposed to that Nintendo player's guide there. Next up, we have the one that has Ninja Gaiden on it. And as far as a poster, I'm pretty sure all these had posters. Just a matter of finding them and showing them. Strider. Another badass poster right there. Badass poster. And next we have one that has TMNT on the cover. And for a poster, we have Mega Man motherfucking 2. Which, to be honest, it barely looks like a Mega Man 2 poster because it's all the villains. There's no Mega Man on there. But still very cool. Then we have one with Track and Field 2. Not very exciting on the cover. And as far as the poster, Blaster Master. Very weird poster because it looks like they were trying to do... They were doing like some N64-esque graphics on this shit. I don't think anything in Blaster Master looked quite like that. Not even the box. The last one had Super C on the cover. Kind of jacked up on the back, unfortunately. And for poster, if I could find it in a timely fucking fashion, which I never can. Oh, this one I don't even know if I can show you. But it's a Final Fantasy VII poster. This one, they kind of did me dirty. They did me dirty. It's like a weird poster where you'd have to, like, disassemble the magazine. But you can see the poster in there. It's Final Fantasy. That's Final Fantasy. I hope I didn't say Final Fantasy VII, because I feel like I might have. But that's not all I found. This is probably one of my coolest thrift store finds in a long time. You guys might not believe it, but I've never had this action figure before. I used to collect Star Wars figures. Like, back in the day, I used to collect Star Wars figures. My mother was actually very adamant about me getting Star Wars figures. Like, she used to work at KB Toy Works, So when a new line for Star Wars would come out, like, you know, all the episode 1 ones came out, the ones before that, the Power of the Force figures, I had them all. One thing we weren't very into was getting like the bigger vehicles. We got the Falcon, but we didn't get like any of the creatures really. I might have gotten like the maybe a Tauntaun, but never a motherfucking Rancor. I said that weird. Rancor. Motherfucker, this thing is awesome. Holy shit. We paid $4 for this at the Goodwill. I don't know what edition this is. Based on how it looks, I'm thinking it's probably Power of the Force. Like, it looks like something that's around that era. I really want to find a place for this. I think I just showed you something else that I don't have room for in the room. And I'm trying to find room for this too. Because, oh my god, I have a motherfucking Rancor. I don't know what it's worth because, like I said, I don't know what edition it is. But I'm holding on to it for fucking dear life. Because it's a fucking Rancor. And I always thought that was one of the coolest, you know, movie monster, Star Wars creature, whatever you want to call it. It's aliens. But let me know in the comments below what you've been able to find at your thrift stores lately. Like I said earlier, not finding much in the way of games, but I'm still finding enough to make it interesting for me. Like the video, subscribe if you're new, go check me out on Patreon. Big shout out to my Patreon supporters, Totterbert and Dr. Doge Productions. I really appreciate you guys. And as always, keep it real, Internet. I love you guys.